Really quick before we get into the video, I forgot to mention a classic example of texturism. Basically, Blue Ivy, when Beyonce first started showing her, people were just ripping her hair to shreds. Like, it's so nappy. Like, why doesn't she comb her hair? That is just like ew. Like, why? But I feel like she did what a lot of black moms should do: let the child's hair be. It's not strong enough yet for you to be. But we do what we can. But then when she got her hair straightened, as you can see in the right picture, it was like, oh, she's so pretty. Like, she looks like Beyonce. But when she had kinkier hair, she looked more like Jay-Z. You see how that stuff kind of works? You see how that works? But then people were forgetting that she's still a child. And if she were to wear her hair like in its natural state and she had a looser hair, there would be no problems because it's softer. That's just how texturism works. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. You guys have not seen me in a while. That's just because I've been going through a little bit of things. Like, we ain't gonna talk about it. We talk about something else today. As you guys can tell, I'm on my laptop. I have a new laptop, so it doesn't look as bad as my old laptop, but it's still a webcam, so the quality is not going to be as good. I have on this wig. You guys have never seen me in this wig, and I didn't like to find the curls or anything just because I didn't want to. Like, I didn't want to. Problem? Oh. But yeah, so today we're going to be talking about texturism. I am going to insert the technical definition of texturism because I'm not going to define it. I'm only going to tell you what I know and my experiences with texturism. So texturism is not a new term, it's not a new thing. I know people like to say, oh, you guys are coming up with all these terms. Like, where did this come from? Everybody's so sensitive. New terms. It's just like, no, you just wasn't paying attention. Like, you wasn't paying attention. This has been going on for a while. Like, where was you? And now's the time to talk about it because everything is so hyper visible. Everything is out on the forefront, and we're not having these conversations about featureism or even texturism, but we are having them about colorism. Colorism deals with color, skin tone, darker skin tone. Let me make that clear. Texturism deals with hair typing, more specifically the kinkier hair types. Make that specific too. With featureism, I'm sorry, I really thought I explained what featureism is, but basically example of featureism is choosing somebody with a smaller nose as opposed to a big nose, which is considered an African or black feature. I'm sorry I didn't explain it, but let's continue. And it kind of goes along with desirability and pretty privilege sometimes. Um, Maybe not pretty privilege, because you can not have pretty privilege. And let's stop saying pretty privilege, because it makes it minuscule, kind of, in a way. But texturism has to deal with hair, and I am a girl with 4C hair. Some parts are not 4C, and that's not even like a large chunk of my hair. Some parts are like 4B, not 4A, 3C, none of that. Just like strictly 4B, 4C. But majority of my hair is 4C. You guys never really see my hair. I could probably get into that in the video. Like, I could probably insert some pictures of my hair. No, I'm not gonna do that. Because I have another video coming because I just recently shaved my head off. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna do that when I want to. I don't know, whatever. So let's just talk about some of the things that I've been noticing. People have been talking about colorism, and they have just been trying to dismiss it and like deny that it exists. Like, I saw one girl on Twitter and she was like, Oh, well, I experienced a light skinned girl. I experienced colorism because people made fun of my hair and everything. And it's just like, sweetie, that is texturism. And it's just like, it's just like, how exactly did people make fun of your hair? And I know sometimes I can come off like I'm trying to dismiss other people's experiences just because they aren't on the same level as my experiences, but seriously, how did they make fun of your hair? And even aside from people just making fun of your hair on a smaller level, that's a small thing. Somebody making fun of your 3C, 4A hair as a child is not, it's not, it's not. It's just, when we start to talk about texturism, we are mainly referring to people with 4C hair, and sometimes 4B can be included, even though I don't like to include. I'm not trying to be the gatekeeper of natural hair and police people, but I really just like to leave spaces for people who are more affected, if I'm explaining that correctly, but I don't know. I'm trying to watch myself. So texturism mainly refers to people with 4C, kinky, coarser hair. And one example of texturism would be you mainly see people with 3C, 4A hair in commercials, or 3C and less than, you know how you say beyond, but 3C and down, 3C and down hair. And that is, uh, okay. Basically, you see people with 3C hair or down more because that is seen as acceptable. Like, that is seen as pretty. Like, that is seen as good. Like, even this is seen as pretty and perfect and like, oh, that's so gorgeous. And for a while when I was younger, I hated my hair. Like, I really hated my hair. Mainly because it was so kinky, and it is still kinky. Now that I could see my hair and like really like look at it and stuff, from it growing, like from shaving it and growing it out, I can really see. I just really like fell in love with my hair, but that's not the topic. We're talking about texturism. Another, I don't know if I finished my point, but basically, to sum texturism down, if you see one girl with 3C hair and then one girl with 4C hair, the girl with the 4C hair is not going to get as many opportunities unless she's light skinned, she has Eurocentric features. Sometimes I feel like companies try to include 4C, but it's only a specific type of 4C. It's not, it's, uh, you won't see a fat black girl with 4C hair on a commercial. So, can you please? Okay. So, you won't see a fat black girl with 4C hair on a commercial. But what you will see is Zendaya. That's a prime example of texturism, colorism, and featureism coming into play. Another thing that I've been noticing with texturism is people think because they got perms that they experience texturism. You getting a perm had nothing to do with texturism unless you were 4C. Like, mainly people got perms because they wanted straight hair. That has nothing to do with your 3C, 3B hair. Like, And then it's just like, I remember having this conversation, and I was just like, yeah, I don't think people without 4C hair should be talking during conversations of texturism. Like, why the fuck are you talking right now? Just like I don't feel like light-skinned people should be talking when we talking about colorism unless you're offering support. And then another thing that irritates the shit out of me is when she's listening to Dr. Umar right now, and she's like, that's scary. But another thing that annoys me a lot is when people without my hair texture tell me how to do my hair or offer me suggestions. Don't. Just like don't. Especially with somebody, I know, like people with 3C and down, oh, my hair is so hard to manage. And it's just like, really, bitch? And I try not to negate people's experience. I really try my hardest. But it's just like, I know for a fact, if I was a hairdresser and I was doing 4C hair, I would be struggling. And versus doing somebody with 3C, 3B, all of them hair, it would be easier for me. Never mind the hair thickness. Like, we're not even talking about hair thickness right now, but the texture of your hair is softer and it's looser. It's like not talking about when it's dry, because I know people like to be like, oh my god, my hair is so hard to manage. Baby, it's just dry. But with 4C hair, it's going to be hard to manage wet or dry. And I know people hate, oh, you always say this so hard to manage. It is. Let's just be honest. I've just been seeing a lot that has been annoying me. And I've been watching a couple videos where they've talked about how people use 4C hair as, like always says that, 4C hair as clickbait. And it's just so harmful. I know y'all think it's not harmful. But it is. Stop doing that. This is not a game. This is not some game that you can just do. Some people don't, but I kind of find that hard to believe. Like, really, you don't know your hair type? You don't know that this is not your hair type? I just be getting so annoyed because it's just like people really just people. First of all, if you have curly hair, I don't want to hear anything about texturism coming from you. I don't want to hear anything. Why are you talking when your hair type is glorified? And then another thing is when people fake complain like, oh god, I hate it when people ask me was I mixed. Oh my god, I just hate it so bad when people just like, oh my god, I just hate it when people call my hair pretty. Like, I just hated it. Like, why did you do that? Like, don't call my hair pretty. Like, like, I am black. Like, oh my god, I am black. Like, please, like, don't call my hair mixed hair. Like, it's just curly. Like, it's if you ever have a conversation with me and you're like that with my 4C hair, I'm gonna get offended and irritated because it's just like, really, are you really sitting here complaining? What negative has that done for you? Be honest. What negative has been considered mixed or being considered or having an acceptable or pretty hair? Like, what harm did that do you? Be honest. If you're one of those people right now watching this video, what harm did those compliments, because it's like a backhanded compliment, what harm did those compliments do you? Be honest. Be honest. What harm? And I could see it from a standpoint. They be like, oh, well, they said I mix. Oh, like, they deny my blackness. And that's another motherfucking goddamn thing. Somebody saying you mix is not denying the percentage of blackness that you have. Like, it's just so irritating. It's just like, oh my god, like, people are calling me mixed because, like, would you rather be called mixed, which is so pretty much socially acceptable in the white and black community, and please stop acting like being mixed is not acceptable in the black community. Would you rather be called mixed or a nigger monkey? Which one would you rather be called? A nappy, kinky nigger monkey. Which one? Right. Please stop being delusional. Please. Please. And this video is really getting long, and I hope I hit all the points that I wanted to hit, but y'all motherfuckers have irritated the hell out of me. Texturism is motherfucking only people with 4C hair experience texturism. And sometimes 4B. Let me stop leaving out 4B. Let me stop leaving out 4B. And I'm not even including 4A because it's just like 4A is really not okay. Because I can't really go solely off of the hair typing chart because sometimes hair is like really different. Like it's really different. So I'm not gonna try to exclude 4A. But if you are 3C4A, your hair is extremely acceptable. Even just that little 4A right there. Once it goes past there, you're done. You're done for. But if you are not 4C, I want you to shut up during these conversations. And I really feel like we should have more of these conversations. And then texturism is not just saying, oh, her hair is nappy, oh, get a perm. That's a part of it. But it's also thinking, oh, because she has kinky hair, her hair is dry and she doesn't take care of it. No, nigga, that's just how my hair looks. It's also people thinking you're rowdy, you're loud, you're ghetto, because you have kinky hair. And then that also being coupled with being brown skin or being dark skin. Let's just stop doing the beans for brains thing. Let's just stop doing it. Let's stop acting dumb. But that's all I got to say, y'all. I will come back and talk about another thing, probably on my laptop, because I just don't feel like setting up. But honestly, answer my question. If you were a person who had pretty hair, please tell me how those comments and compliments negatively affected you. When you have billboards, ad campaigns, you get more acting opportunities, you get more commercials because of your hair type. Stop lying. Let's call a thing a thing. And stop using 4C hashtags and 4C titles, because you're not. That's all I got to say. Bye, guys.